Hello, Excuse me, just a second. That's better. Gotta be careful when I sit down. You know, if this gets cut off in the wrong place, it might be awkward. So, the white-faced troublesome truck. Well, first of all, I want to say, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. That's all. Thanks for watching. Now, I just want to clarify, this is not a hoax or a joke or a fake. This is the genuine, 100% real deal white-faced troublesome truck. Now I know what you're wondering. Turtles, how the heck did you get one? Well, the events you just saw were actually a dramatization of how this particular item may have been acquired in the past. Let me explain. I have actually owned this item since December of 2016. Why did I wait so long to tell you guys? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I won't bore you with the nitty-gritty, but let me tell you the story of how I got it, because in some instances, truth is stranger than fiction. So there was this massive lot of 1992 items, which I cannot find an image of anywhere. I'm so sorry. They weren't in great condition, but there were so many of them. There was a Thomas and a James, a Gordon, 2 Henrys, a Diesel, maybe a Mavis, 2 gray troublesome trucks, among others. They weren't in great condition, as I said, but the bid was very low, and I wanted that lot so badly, and I was going to show you all that I owned the most items out of anybody. And I watched it for 3 days. Every day I watched it sit firmly at $80, not moving an inch. It was to terminate on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. or something like that. With 5 minutes left, I immediately set a max bid that was about $100 higher than the current bid, which I knew it to be worth more than twice that. This lot was probably worth $300. It was at 80. I set a max bid of $150, and I waited, and I waited, and I was going to win. And with 1 second left, I lost. Somebody paid more than me. I was crushed. I was defeated. And like someone that had recently been broken up with, I thought, I don't need those gray troublesome trucks. I can get a gray troublesome truck anytime I want. In fact, I'll search for one right now. I bet I can find one for practically free. So I searched, with no exaggeration, Thomas Wooden gray troublesome truck. And the very first thing that comes up is an auction for a white-faced troublesome truck with 12 minutes remaining on it. Starting bid, $175. No bids. I had never seen something like this before. These are so freaking rare. Every time these go on eBay, people pounce on them, and they sell for $300. So the fact that this one was about to end for less than $200 and nobody had noticed it was incredible to me. Normally I wait until there's only 30 seconds left on a bid before I bid on it. But this time I wasn't taking any chances. I immediately set a max bid of $200, and I sat there for 12 minutes sweating. And I watched, and I watched, and I watched, thinking, I'm not going to win, I'm not going to win, I'm not going to win. And then, I won. I didn't know what to do at first. So I called Vinny. I've told only a few people, and I have forced them to swear to secrecy because I knew that this was a huge deal. And I've promised some regrettable things in the past regarding if I were ever to acquire a white-faced troublesome truck, but hey, I found this on my own, so I don't have to follow through on any of those. In early January, I was in a Skype call with Master of the Lemons, and we were talking about rare items, and I jokingly suggested to him that he was obviously in possession of a white-faced troublesome truck, and he sarcastically replied with, "Oh yes, I definitely own one, and I definitely keep it in a glass box in my bedroom. And I said, I gotta tell you a secret. I have one, and I keep it in a glass box in my bedroom. That's right, this is the only Thomas item that I am not going to be keeping down here. I am keeping it in my bedroom where it's absolutely safe. I don't know if you've ever noticed or can constantly hear the sounds coming from them, but there are pipes above my head. And now, I trust them enough to keep my whole collection down here, but if something ever happens to those pipes, well, I don't even want to think about what would happen to my collection. So I'm not taking any chances with this thing. This is staying in my bedroom where it's safe. Now the best part of the whole story is the listing for the Troublesome truck itself. Because I barely even looked at it before I bid on it, but when I read the seller's description, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This is a rare white-faced Troublesome truck from Thomas the Train. It has a white face painted on a gray background. It has flat magnets. It measures blah 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 blah. I read that the white face is considered a factory error and so is rare. Blah 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 blah. It was part of the wooden train pieces I bought at a garage sale about 6 years ago. This came from a yard sale. And this is not even the first or the second time this has happened. Just a few weeks ago, at the time of recording this video, Twitter/YouTube user Donald9 and Douglas10 tweeted that he attended a train show where he bought one of these for $6. $6! And most famously, fellow Thomas guy Oliver Duck, or Ted, acquired 2 of them many years ago at a yard sale for $5 each. People are buying these, people have these with no clue how rare they are or what they're worth. These are so valuable. How rare are they? Well, let me get into that. Yes, the history of the white-faced Troublesome truck is far more interesting than the actual item itself, which is really quite plain, but the story behind it is fascinating. I'm sure many of you already know it, but I don't believe there's been a white-face review since we had a major turning point on the knowledge of the history of this item. So let me explain. So for many years in the Thomas Wooden Railway, there have been 2 classic items: the gray Troublesome truck and the Troublesome brake van. For a very long time, and I can even remember back all those days ago, when the Troublesome brake van was considered to be the single rarest wooden railway item that there ever was. I currently believe that it is the rarest item that was ever produced by the millions, because the white-faced Troublesome truck was only produced by 100. So for years these items existed and people knew about them, but eventually people started coming out with this item. And under a first impression, a lot of people, including myself, always assumed that this was a factory error, where, you know, these both have printed faces on them. It's not hard to understand that, you know, somebody might take these and accidentally print this face on that and make this. But that's actually not what happened. A man named Roy Wilson, the creator of Thomas Wooden Railway, has confirmed that this was always supposed to be the Troublesome truck design. This printed-on face was decided to be too expensive, and the idea was scrapped in favor of this template. The Troublesome brake van went on to retain this face, but it wasn't out for very long, whereas this truck lived on for many, many years. There were only about 100 to 200 of these ever made, according to Roy Wilson, and that was in the year 1992. 25 years ago. A piece of wood was made 25 years ago. Think of how many of these must have been destroyed by now. So how many could be left? Nobody knows. In the entire community, I can only think of about 11 of them total. So where are the other 90-some? Well, Roy Wilson has stated that he has the first ones, but we don't know how many that really means. Now, considering how many of them are still turning up at train shows and yard sales, think how many of these are still in somebody's grandparents' attic or something. We have to find the rest of these. I know there are more of them. I've thought of starting some kind of registry for them or something, because these are so elusive and nobody realizes how valuable these really are. So let me say it louder again for the people in the back. Wooden Railway is a brand that is mass-produced by the hundreds of thousands, and there are only about 100 of this in the world, or less. The white-faced troublesome truck is an extraordinarily rare item, and it must be protected.
So, you beat me to it. You reviewed the white-faced troublesome truck. Even though it has taken me, well, almost 3 years to do it at this point.
Well, it did take me about a month to write this, and I haven't actually reviewed it yet, just gone over the history.
Ah, you mean the history I discovered?
What, you mean having somebody give you Roy Wilson's email and then pestering him like a fanboy?
Hey now, I'm not just a fanboy. I'm his partner.
Hey, I'm not judging. Love is love.
No, stupid. We're working on a new landmark project together. One that's going to combine wooden railway with Lego. Track to brick.
Yeah, how's that selling again? Any major chains yet?
Screw you, turds. If it weren't for me, none of you pansies would have had the courage to have interviewed Roy in the first place, alright? And discovered what I uncovered.
Well, Harold Carter, congratulations.
Who?
Harold Carter.
You mean the guy played by Samuel L. Jackson in the basketball movie?
No, Harold Carter.
What does Harold the helicopter have to do with this?
No, Harold Carter is the guy who...
This has nothing to do with that good morning meme, does it?
No, Harold Carter is the guy who discovered King never mind.
So, you got a white face. Congrats.
Thanks.
How much?
I'd rather not tell you.
Come on, how much?
Can I maybe actually review the white face now?
Yeah, once you told me how much you paid for it, I want to know what it's worth to you.
None of your business, and I have to go now.
Hey, wait. Before you go, since you're taking the reins from me on this white face review, you wouldn't mind doing me a kindness, a favor? Would you, old pal, old chum of mine, huh?
Well, why didn't you just say so? For you, Rob, darling, anything.
Show me your face.
No.
Take it off and show it, you coward!
So, the white face itself. Now, because I want to make sure you guys can see every single detail of this thing there possibly is, I'm not going to do the rest of this review in this dark, moldy, dingy, disgusting, dim basement. I'm going to do it in a different part of the basement that I call my white room. Otherwise known as the place where I'm going to take the thumbnail picture later. I'm even going to put on white gloves. Because I definitely make the strangest videos in the community. Okay, never mind about the white gloves. That was a stupid idea. So here is the white-faced troublesome truck in all of its detailed glory. You can see that the face is slightly crooked and a little misprinted, which does add to the charm. It has staples underneath it. It's in generally very good condition. Now, if you own a gray troublesome truck, the first thing you might notice is how light gray this thing really is. That's how you know this is a legitimate white-faced troublesome truck. For whatever reason, they were made in a much lighter color of gray than most of the gray troublesome trucks. I am extremely proud to finally own this item in my collection. If you own a white-faced troublesome truck, you have completed your quest through the Thomas Wooden Railway. It is an honor to own this item, and I promise you all I will protect it. I will be keeping it, like I said, in my glass display case in my bedroom, where nothing can happen to it. Now, I have been warned by some people that now that I own the single rarest wooden railway item in existence, I may be in danger. So I'm going to tell you all now that I have officially enrolled in the Witness Protection Program. I'm sorry, but it's just too dangerous to have my real name, Turtles and Thomas, out there in the public. If anyone asks, you've never heard of anyone by the name of Turtles and Thomas. That person is dead. I must now assume a secret identity.
Okay, bye guys.